Okay, hello everybody and welcome. This is Kathryn Perry, the Big Vision Coach. And what is this? We are in the virtual commanding wealth circle. So welcome. Um, we have an intention with the group. Now, the idea is that this is a circle of support to assist you in whatever it is that you want to manifest, create, attract in your life, to help you apply the principles of the one command teaching, or even if you're just into law of attraction or you love manifesting topics and you want to get some support in that practice, that's what this is for. The other thing this is for is to create a pause in your day, a pause in your thinking, so that there's this quietness so that you can be more expansive and enter into this state of gratitude, but also from the standpoint of being supported. You know, especially for women, and I know guys go through this too, but a lot of times we feel like we are the support and we have to be there for everybody else. And so, in order to really receive what we want, need, or desire, one of the first things we have to be able to accept is help and support. Now, I'm a firstborn daughter, and if we have any of those in the house, but I was the oldest girl in charge of the kids. I was the little adult, and if they did anything, I get in trouble. And so I didn't really grow up with the feeling of support, but I definitely had the feeling that if I wanted something, it was above what my family wanted, needed, and expected of me, right? And does that translate into the world with our business, with our careers, with our existing family? Absolutely. So it's kind of like we're trying to work out what we need, and we're spending all of our manifesting bandwidth on everyone else. I didn't realize I was doing that in my family. I was actually spending my manifesting, my visioning bandwidth on manifesting for my daughter and my son-in-law. I said, well, I want to be support of them, but not try to overshadow them and push my agenda or my beliefs, right? And so I had to move myself into, hey, as I am supported, I am supporting them. As I am supporting them, I am supported. I want you to just think about that statement and that feeling. As I am supported, I am supporting them. As I support them, I am supported. Rather than, hey, I got to help, I got to give, I got to do, because I'm last in line on getting my needs met. It's not until I perform and I do all the work and I show up and I prove my worthiness, which is patriarchy, and we try to make these deals with the universe, right? We're never really in that place of authority and worthiness within ourselves simply because we're existing. That's what we are holding for you when we say we're coming into this circle of support, and we're doing it for ourselves, but we're also witnessing it for each other so that they can manifest what they want, and that they can enter the world as someone who is cooperating, but the world cooperates with them. Does that make sense? Is that resonating with you guys? Okay, so that's what we're doing, and we're making space for a greater potential to arrive. And so today I've just got one little visualization I want to take you through to help increase this state of feeling, your feeling state of what you want to create, right? We have this, here's what we want to attract, manifest, or, have show up in our life. And we go, oh, and I'm worried about money. We've got this unknown X factor of unseen things that are happening, and I want to be able to get ahead of it, right? And there's this certain anxiety, this certain tension, this fear that we're battling. And then we try to do commands or affirmations or visualizations enough to chase that feeling away. When in truth, what we have to do is we have to create the feeling first. Like if whatever it is that you want to attract, create, or manifest showed up today, what would your first response be? You might be, relief. It might be then gratitude, like, I'm just so grateful it came in. And then when you looked at the big picture, you go, you know what? I'm glad. I didn't like it at the time, but I'm glad I got the understanding from that. Right. So, what if you created from a state of gratitude first? And that's why we go through the alignment process. Okay. That's what we want to create first. And you may have to remember, you might have to pretend, but your subconscious mind doesn't know the difference between a memory and a active imagination thing and reality, what we might call, reality here and now. Okay. All right. So that's what we're going to be up to today. And we want to expand our capacity to be in gratitude and appreciation. And then we're going to, in that expanded state, we're going to have even more room to get revelation, right? New understanding, get that, great idea. But also to just be able to say, you know what? This is going to take time. I'm going to be in my grace. I'm going to be in an allowing and witness this unfolding, having faith and trust. Faith is without evidence. Trust is built based on evidence, right? So faith and trust that what I've commanded is absolutely going to happen. Okay. That is what we're about today. But first, what are we doing? We're going to check in. We're going to see how y'all are doing. If there's any questions, anyone have anything to report? I would love to get your feedback. Hey, even if it's just on what I said, we've been spending some time together, but I really want to hear your take and, let everybody learn from you. All right. So if you've got anything to share, I think what we could do is, there's just 11 of us today. If you just wanted to unmute your microphone, that would be great. So does anybody have anything they'd like to share? Or I want to say hi. Hey, Emily, Layden. Let's see. Hey, Larry, it's good to see you today. Paula is here today. Anyone got any good news or any insights? Hey, Layden, are you unmuted? Hey.
Hi. How
Hi.
you doing?
So, as we said, at our house, we go, well, what's up, Buttercup? so, any thoughts? You're always so smart, but we haven't got to hear much from you. How are things going for you?
Well, I wish I hadn't asked that question because
Oh,
I'm going through the dark night of the soul.
okay.
But I'm trying to keep my spirits up uh, and I do my little thing and meditate the last year has been pretty difficult. I've had 3 surgeries on my back and I'm still having a hard time, and my partner in business passed away on Friday, and he will be irreplaceable because he handled all the governance, which is not my forte.
Yeah.
And we're in the middle of raising capital. We've been for a long time, as you know.
Okay.
Raising capital right now is very, very difficult. We've been talking to a lot of people, and everybody just says you couldn't have picked a worse time. And so, yeah, a lot of things are coming at me, but I'm trying to have good spirits. And someone once said that, your transformation is in your acceptability. So you accept what comes at you, realize that there's a greater purpose out there. Everything happens for a reason.
Yeah.
And just because you may not like the results right now, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's not the best for you. I've seen it happen in the past where I've had, one door closed and two open,
Yeah.
and I've had miracles appear. So I just got to keep the faith and keep believing that, hey, anything is possible. The universe has infinite organizing power, and if you just got to believe that everything is purposeful and that uh, it's sharpening the saw, I guess. I mean,
Yeah.
I think of my dear friend that's passed. Matter of fact, I'm just in the middle of writing his obituary, and I'm sad, but at the same time, I don't know if I'm sad because it's me, because I'm going to miss him. But the other part of me knows that he's graduated to a higher level, and he got a promotion, and I'm looking at his death as a promotion. But it just still doesn't mean that I'm not going to cry and miss him and feel sorry.
No.
So I'm going through that kind of a back and forth, black and white, but. My spirits are good. I mean, I
Yeah.
meditate a lot, and I think that really helps.
Yeah. And I think there are a few things in life that are worthy of our tears, and a dear friend is one of those few things that are truly worthy of our tears and sorrow, because you know you're actually going to be able to, it was never a comfort to me when people say, well, you can still talk to your mom, you can still talk to your dad, you can still talk to that friend that you lost, they'll hear you. It's like, yeah, but at the same time, there was a presence, there was a quality in my life that I had because of them, right? And so the thing is, it's like how to be in that awareness of the gift that they gave, right? Because there was a potential that he brought. And sometimes, I don't know, I just want to share this, but sometimes part of what the loss is, we think, hey, that potential that they brought into my life is gone. But what he did was he shined a light on what was possible for you, and that will never go away. Okay.
Right.
And so, how can we support you right now? Can we just hold space for you, or is there an actual need you have right now that we can help you with as your circle of support?
Whatever you think is appropriate would be great. I mean, I went to church the other day, and just as I was walking into the church, I have a cane now and a walker, and the pastor came up to me and said, "Can I say a prayer for you?" And I said, "Sure."
Yeah.
And I forgot to ask him to say a prayer for my friend. So
Yeah.
maybe a prayer for me and my friend.
Okay. Well, everybody here, definitely put you in the prayers, and we're going to hold a space for you.
Thank you.
One thing I do want to commend is that there's a venture opportunity. And so I'm kind of coming from this from what I learned from Barbara Sher. And she said, if you have a need, let it be known, because there's like that 6 degrees of separation. So right now, if anyone knows of anyone like in their second or third degree, go look in your LinkedIn. And if you know of someone who's good at grants, or for some reason, grants popped in, grants or fundraising, venture capital seeking, could you keep Layden in mind? Because you definitely have a financial need right now, too, right? Your business still needs to go on. And
Yes.
also, we want to hold that energetically in love, but also want to give practical support. Is that okay that I ask for that?
Oh, perfect. Thank you very
Um,
much. Love
hey,
you.
Layden, are you on LinkedIn?
Yes, I am.
Okay. If you will, when you get a second, post your LinkedIn profile into the
Oh,
chat.
sure.
And we got some businessy types. But if
Okay.
anyone knows anyone who venture capital, but also there is something in grants, and there is a third funding opportunity, and I don't know what it is, if it's state or funder, but there's actually someone who's like funding opportunities um, and solutions. And it's always, you know what? There's a lot of things that a lot of companies that formed and opportunities that formed right in the middle of the worst recessions and even the depression. Okay, so there's still opportunities and you have the right attitude. Okay, thank you, Layden. So if you guys see that, be sure and I'm gonna download the chat, but I'll be sure and I'll look in my profile too and see who I have. Okay. All right.
Oh,
So
that's awesome. Thank you kindly.
all right. So right now, with your permission, I just want us to align heart to heart and surrounding Layden in loving support. This is a little different, but Layden, your job is to simply receive and we always light up our hearts. Let the love in our heart light up. And there's help seen and unseen, and there's even people going to be watching this in the future. We don't even know how far in the future because this video goes on into our private YouTube and the Facebook group. And right now, we're just going to let the love do the work. So between knowing and not knowing, let there only be love. And it's commanded that all of your financial and physical needs are met, as well as your emotional and spiritual needs. That I have a feeling that your healing comes through sharing and teaching, and you're going to wind up helping people no matter what you do, because that's who you are. But we just witness your strength, your courage, the wholeness of your body, the abundance in your bank account, and the community of support in your church and your friends and beyond. You don't know how. Everything works out better than you could ever imagine. I only know it so now. We only know it so now. And we are so blessed by your presence. Everybody just let that go. Witness all of those blessings. Going right down into him, surrounding him, lighting up in front of him. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Layden, for letting us love you right now. Thank you. My love, my dear friend. Thank you. All right. We're going to go ahead and move on. Does that feel complete for you? Was that helpful at all?
I loved it. Thank you very much. I'm going to look forward to the replay.
All right. Thank you. All right. Let's go ahead and move forward. I talked about this before, but I want to ask you, when you think about what it is that you want to create, what is the first feeling that comes up? Like when you need money, like if you're commanding for money, if you're commanding for clients, if you're commanding for a new home or a car or whatever it is, whatever that solution is that you're seeking, if it doesn't show up, what could happen? Like, what's the worst? I want you to tune into that feeling. What are you feeling? What are you fearing? I want you to just breathe into it, be present to it. And I want you to know that that fear, that feeling is always running below the surface 24/7. That is what's revealing your true belief about your power, about your worthiness, about what's possible. And so by simply being aware of it and being present to it, it's already going to start relieving the pressure in your body. You might go, well, Kathryn, that's lovely, But seriously, if that money doesn't show up by this time, I'm effed, right? And you would have to meet that. You go, yeah, there's a reality where that's true. What if there's another reality? What if it's just as true that the money doesn't come and you're going to be fine? I remember years ago, my first business venture, and I just was laying awake at night because all of the bills, we'd gone out and did things like, set up this whole business that didn't know anything about, and all these accounts were set up on net 90 and all the bills were coming due. And we had this event that was set up and I had all this pressure and I just was laying there shaking and terrified. Right. And I just spent the night worrying. And then, like, what if it happens? What if it doesn't work out? Then what? Right. And I literally just felt like I might die. And then I finally got a little bit of sleep. When I woke up, I realized, hey, the day's here and I'm still alive. And I don't know what it was about that. I mean, the answer had not come yet, but I realized I didn't die. And so much of what we're doing is we're trying to get ahead of the fear. So what if we can just acknowledge the fear, but not give attention to it? Like, we have to be present to it, but we have to detach from it. And how can you do that? Well, you can do that by commanding into your body. We did some talk about between knowing and not knowing, let there only be love, and between knowing and not knowing, let there only be love, and we would collapse it. The next thing I want to teach you is about how can you be present non-judgmentally to your emotions. Because what did we do? We said, hey, what do you need here? But sometimes we just need some breathing room. We literally will say that about our finances. I just need some wiggle room. I just need some breathing room. I just need to know it's going to be okay. So whatever your worry or concern is, whatever that fear is that's been brought up, we're going to do nothing right now except be present to it and take some deep breaths. Okay? Locate it in your body. Is it in your throat? It could be in your stomach. It could be in your head. It could be pressure on your back. Wherever you're feeling that, just be present to it. And just like we held space for Layden earlier, I want you to hold space for that part of you that's afraid, that's ashamed, that might even be angry that you're in this situation. And just breathe into that. And just ask yourself right now, what do you need? And you might go, I just need pressure off my body. Whatever it is, I need a solution. I need hope. I need a miracle. Whatever it is, do not judge the answer. Now I want to ask you, just in being present to that feeling, and we did nothing else but breathe, and we asked, and we just were in this awareness. Did it stay the same? Did it lighten up? Put your answer in the chat. if it was the same, or maybe it's like, hey, it was on a scale of 1 to 10, it was a 10. I felt like I'm about to die and it only moved to a 9.5. You could do that. Or, hey, on a scale of 1 to 10, I was about to jump out of my skin and 1's really comfortable. But now I feel like maybe I'm a 4 or 5. Whatever you notice, whatever the shift was, less comfort from a 10 to a 6, feels lighter. Beautiful. Hey, I wonder, as you think about this feeling and you're tuning into it and you're aware of it, and this is a question I ask my clients, how old do you feel? Do you feel your present age? Do you feel younger? Do you feel older? That's a less resourceful part of you. That's a frozen part of you. And right now, just be present to that part of you that was less resourceful. And there's just the version of you right now. And you go, wow, if I knew then what I know now, right? So send what you know now to what you wish you knew then. What I know now is everything works out the way it's supposed to, even if I don't understand it. What I know now is, even though it feels like it's going to kill me, I'm stronger than I know. What I know now is that there's a lot of wisdom and fulfillment and blessings contained in this experience. What I know now is the solution is just one idea away. Hey, I love what Emily said. I know I'm safe and everything always works out for my highest good. That is 1000% true, right? I'm going to borrow that phrase. And you could absolutely command into your body. We always go up to theta. We're going to do this 2 different ways, right? I have a statement here, but let's do this work first, okay? So the command would be, I don't know. Yes, Linda, you're saying, what if it's a repeated pattern you're experiencing? The reason it's repeating is because you're trying to work it out. You didn't realize you were trying to work out this pattern, right? And so you've been on your learning and now you know what you need. Okay, so hey, I have a repeating pattern. So you might say, hey, I don't know how I'm creating a new pattern of help and support. I don't know how I'm creating a new pattern and that repeats and repeats and repeats of abundance and joy. You meet exactly whatever it is and you turn it in as a command. So, but we're going to do the command just based on this one statement. Okay, so you're going to close your eyes and you're going to be present. You're going to locate wherever that is, top of your head, back of your neck. It might be on your arm, wherever you're feeling that. Usually it's the belly. That's where I feel it. It might be lower. But put your hand on it. Take some breaths. You can say out loud or just simply mentally follow along. I don't know how. I absolutely know on every level of my being, past, present, and future, that I am safe and everything always works out for my highest and best good. I only know it's so now, and I am fulfilled. And then just let that go deep down into your body. You're going to just remember to breathe. And now just simply allow that to expand out through your body. And you might just have to mentally picture, visualize, or imagine that it's happening. You might go, well, I wonder what I have to think about, tell myself, or remember to allow that to expand energetically. Or what if I just let love do the work? Breathe. So what you'll do next, like step 2, you would immediately just roll your eyes up. Close your eyes, roll your eyes up, because that's motor drives you into the theta brain state. Your body's going to be relaxed, but your attention's going to be alert. I'm going to repeat that statement best to my ability that I can remember, because it's not written down. So eyes up. I don't know how. I absolutely know on every level of my being, past, present, and future, that I am absolutely safe, and everything always works out for my highest and greatest good. And I can see the evidence. I can feel the truth of that knowing. I can hear a new conversation with myself. I have a whole new state of being that allows that to be true. I only know it so now, and I am fulfilled. Let that go. Let your eyes relax. Let that expand out to an idea even greater. It serves more good in its fulfillment. And now just feel yourself coming back down in your body. But we're going to do a little extra step. I want you to imagine here you are, this greater version, this 2.0, or, level 20, I don't know, whatever that greater version of you is. Feel yourself coming in. Acknowledge that greater part of you is arriving and meeting that part of you that was afraid, that was stuck in the past. And right now, just allow the two of you to meet. Oh, what a beautiful reunion. What a beautiful dance. And just witness and acknowledge and be aware of all of that old pattern, that old fear, that old conversation, that old condemnation, that shame. Let out all that just unwind, even to the degree of your family systems. And you have held that to be in integrity so that you are a good person, so that you can perform as what you thought was your duty. And now you're giving yourself a new job. You're giving yourself new permission to release that and receive. Oh, rewinding. Coming in. Ooh, yes. I almost feel like we've done something extra today. We almost created a new process today. The next step is you always check back on the original feeling. Try to find that tension, that worry, that fear. Try to locate it in your body or your experience. And you might kind of have to look around for it. Like, I was afraid a second ago. What happened? But then ask yourself, well, when I think about this situation, what new idea do I have about this? You might say about my possibility or the outcome. But what new idea do I have about this? Whatever that new idea is, I want to encourage you to write it down, because it's still forming. And if you write it down, it's brain writing, right? It's going to get entrenched. It's more likely to kind of get set into your brain. And then you'll be able to create that emotional feedback loop. Yes, all things possible. Oh, yeah. Whew. Hey, how did y'all like that? Yeah?
Very good.
Yes?
Very good.
So I feel like there's still a lot unwinding, but yeah, just liking it, feeling lighter. Are you noticing anything else, Layden?
I just feel really good.
Okay, I think that's enough.
Considering what I'm going through, feeling good is pretty good.
Hey, sometimes that's more than enough, right?
Exactly.
Just feel good. All right. Um, Let me tune in. I'm going to make sure I'm getting a lot of thank yous and love it. Excellent. Thank you so much. Any questions about that process? I just want to walk through what we did. There's the thing you want to command. You've got this worry, this concern, right? And you go, oh, okay, what's the right command? What do I want to do? And we're trying to outthink it. Well, we can't outthink it. Okay. This has been entrenched since you've been thinking and rethinking and replaying this millions of times for most of your life. So you can't outthink it, but you can be present to it in loving acceptance, because that part of you is asking for help. And so all we're going to do is to be present. Not like we did that little circle. And so thank you for letting us model that. Very often we can do that for other people, but we don't know how to be present in a loving but detached way to ourselves. So what we do is we notice what's happening in our body, and we're present to us, and we're noticing it. We're noticing that level of tension, right? And we're going to breathe, and we're just going to expand that space. And then you're going to check in. Hey, what do I need? Right? What do I need here? And whatever answer comes up, that is what you're going to command for. And it's not going to be perfect. It may even be a little bumpy, but whatever it is, you're just going to meet that. So it'd be very much like if there was someone that was upset, and I said, I just need someone to listen to me. I said, okay, what would you say? You'd say, I'm here to listen to you. And they go, no one ever listens to me. It's like, I hear you saying that, and I'm listening to you now. What is it you want me to really hear? Right? And you would just keep affirming that and being in the space, and you wouldn't be editing and thinking about the next thing. You would simply be responding in love, meeting that in the moment. Right? So after we figure out what it is, we command for it and into that space. And then we're going to measure. I always like, and like the minute you start quantifying it, it starts making a shift right away. So like on a scale of 1 to 10, I was about to jump out of his skin. I was like at a 19, right? Or 1,009 on that scale of 1 to 10. But if you notice, hey, after I said that, that did shift, then you would do your one command, ideally using that same statement. And we didn't go through the big, long process. We simply rolled up our eyes and spoke it. And then we were present and witnessing that new awareness coming in. But what did we make ourselves aware of? That part of us that was frozen in the past, and that greater part of us meeting. And then we were witnessing that, kind of like the person who's going to be watching this video later is witnessing the space that we held for Layden. And so we're going to be witnessing that and witnessing the energy and the emotion shifting. So you're kind of like in the past, the present, and then you're observing all of it. That's fifth dimension. Okay. That's where we went. And then you check in again. It's like, well, what's different? How do I feel now? But then we ask, what do I know now? And then that's what you want to write down. Okay. Thank you. Shamim, I see that. I've got your email. I'll send you an appointment link. Okay. Thank you. All right. So does that make sense? I just gave a little, because we will get a transcript. Would it help if I sent the transcripts along with the recording when I send this out to the group? The only people who get this recording by email are the people who are in this group. Okay. So I'll send the transcript of this too. Okay. Part of it may have to be translated from Texan and Kathryn, but I think you'll be able to get the gist of it. Okay. All right. All right. I don't know. We could keep going. Let me see how much time we have. We've got about, I'd say we're right at 20 minutes till. Y'all ready to command as a circle? I have to put this on pause, guys. Please forgive me, but I have to make a quick pit stop. So I'm going to pause the recording for a second, and I'm going to come right back like 2 minutes. So you have a chance to get a cup of coffee or make your own pit stop. And please forgive me, I never do this. Okay, so I'm going to just check the comments right quick and see if there's any questions or comments. All right, just a lot of appreciation. Thank you so much. Yes. All right. So I'm added in this step here on the screen. Oh, let me come back to this. The state of being that you wish to receive the fulfillment of your one command is in the same state of being that you command from. And I think that this is an important distinction because very often we're in fear and then we're commanding, but we're not in our most powerful state of being. And we want to, even if it's like, hey, right now, I am grateful. I trust it's going to be okay. I believe something could happen. If I could put that on if I could measure that, how much faith, how much trust do I have? I don't know, right? But I got a little bit, so I'm going to stand on that. You know, years ago, I was going through a dark night of the soul. My whole life had blown up. I didn't know where my next, check was coming from. Basically, I was doing a lot of cleaning apartments and cleaning homes, and I was just kind of catching business. There was no internet. And so I'm like running around and meeting as many people as possible. And I created this little postcard, said, here's my skill set. If you need anybody, here's who I am. And I got so busy. I really did. But I remember, the things that mattered most to me beyond my survival were in question. And I really didn't have faith. And I was in church and there was this song that came on and it was about trust and faith in the Lord, and then I thought, if I had faith and trust, my faith, I guess that if a poker chips, it'd be the two white ones, the smallest one, like when we play cards at home. I'd have like two white chips left in faith and trust right now, because there was a lot stacking at me in a really big way. And every day was more bad news. It was just more bad news, more bad news. And I said, but you know what? This two chips, God, I'm going to put it on you. I'm going to bet on you. And so whatever faith I have, whatever trust I have, I'm going to put it on you. And it was like the cosmic jackpot hit. It was like I could feel this download of energy of like, and I can only call it supernatural trust. And it just like flooded me, and I felt loved and seen. And it just, and I'm still singing the song, but this is happening. And then the message came in. It's like, look, by Tuesday, it's going to be terrible. You're going to, it's going to be really, really dark. It's going to be harder than it's been even up until now. But by Wednesday, everything's going to turn around. And that just was so clear. And that is absolutely what happened. Absolutely. So that's, just based on that, I know So a lot of times faith and trust is the decision. And what I'm asking you to put it on is that greater intelligence that you already are. There is already a power within you. And so if you are only aware of it to a very small degree, just be present to it. Put your attention on the faith and the trust or whatever skills, right? Whatever your experience is. And that's what you're going to create it from. That way, when you start to receive, because how are you going to feel when it's resolved? Grateful, excited, happy, relieved. But that gratitude, and you're going to feel a sense of love and being connected to everything. So that's where you want to create from, to whatever degree it is. Okay. So just think of the state of being that you want to receive the answer to your command or the fulfillment of your command. Think whatever that is. Okay. Now we're going to go through the 6 steps. All right. Now, I just want to remind everybody, always put the, we do have the worksheets, and then there's the 1 command statement. But today we're really going to be focusing on that energy. Okay. You may go, yeah, I'm a creator. You look around and go, what kind of crap creator am I? Like, you know what? To the degree I'm able to create this, I know I'm able to create something even greater. Don't judge the creation. Just acknowledge that you're a creator. I don't know who needed to hear that one, but it's true. So we're going to be going through the 6 steps. We're going to go through these fairly quickly. Just let yourself ground. So you're going to picture, visualize, or imagine that you're like a tree. And at the base of your spine is the trunk of the tree. And you have these long energy roots going down to the earth. And just like a tree, as it's seeking that nourishment and stability, it also releases the toxins, the stress, the worry, heavy metals, everything that doesn't serve it. So go ahead and just let it go, let it go, let it go. Beautiful. And I want to encourage you to become aware of the bottom of your feet and picture, visualize, or imagine that you are beginning to draw up for you this beautiful, creative life force energy. And that energy is coming up through your feet, into your knees, into your hips. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I want you to become aware of your connection to source. And it is coming, it's like a pole of light that's coming down through the top of your head. And this pole of light is going down the channels on either side of your spine. And it's going all the way down into the earth. And just be aware of that energy aligning and working with that creative life force energy. Bringing your attention to your heart as you're aligning to the fulfillment of your manifestation. Eyes closed. I want you to imagine that you are trying to look up to the top of your head. So roll your eyes up and picture, visualize, or imagine that you're sending your consciousness up that pole of light. Yes, yes, yes. The higher you go, the faster you go. And soon you're going out to the outer edge of the galaxy, to the black void of space. And I want you to just break through the darkness into the light of pure, open potential. Eyes still up, and you're going to state your command. I don't know how high, and state what it is that you want. I only know it's so now, and I am fulfilled. You can let your eyes relax. Just let that expand out to an idea even greater. It serves more good in its fulfillment. And you're just going to, one, your subconscious mind, your greater conscious are going out into the greater field of consciousness, and it is seeking the solution, but also you're expanding your capacity to act upon that solution and to receive the information. So now allow yourself to come back down into your body and just come into your heart. Now just be in this conscious state of gratitude. Yes, thank you, thank you, thank you. I receive, I receive, I receive. Breathe into that. And remember, we're letting love do the work. So we're going to let love, that greater universal love, meet and greet that love that already resides within you. And we're just going to let the two of those dance in gratitude. I'm so happy you're here. Yes, yes. Thank you. Thank you. And now you can just keep your eyes relaxed, bringing your attention to your body. And as this new state of being begins to arrive, we're just going to let these old ways, the old programs, the old beliefs, we're going to just let all of that unwind, unwind, unwind. Let it go, let it go, let it go. And then just allow the new ideas begin to rewind and integrate all that complete download of skills, resources, solutions. Hey, maybe you needed an energetic upgrade. Maybe we need to turn your power up so that the one who has the solution can find you. Yes, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So just allowing it to integrate. Before you open your eyes, do a little internal check-in. And as you think about your command, like the situation that you're commanding for, what do you know now that you didn't know before? What are you aware of? And what do you know? So is there an idea? You want to write it down as quickly as possible. If you get an inspiration, because do this thing. Here's the business plan. I've had whole plans just download and I didn't write it down fast enough and I lost it. So you want to write down whatever information is coming in for you. I encourage you to get a notepad and make it your command journal and write it down so that you can take action on it. Okay, and you can track your success. What do we say, guys? That inspired, the seventh step is what? Inspired action, right? So in that writing down, you are going to get an idea of what to do. And remember, you're going to be kind of like in this positive expectancy. You're going to be actively expecting the result. So if you're commanding for new clients, what do you need to, if you got 5 calls today of people who wanted to do business with you, what do you have to have ready for them? Layden's looking for that funding. Get that. Hey, if you've said, hey, we'd love to have you come in and give a meeting. You got your 13 slides. Like, hey, can you have a conversation with it? Are you ready? Keep your dress clothes ready. Keep everything, keep the gas tank full. Be ready for that action. Okay? All right. And I do want to mention that for June, there is the laser coaching, and we're running out of days on this. So if you want to take advantage of that, I've got the link in the chat bar, and that'll take you right to the payment page and my calendar. Okay. And then I added the option if you wanted to book even up to the full hour, you could do that. Okay. So I've upgraded that page so that you can do whatever you wish with that. And I hope that you take advantage of that, because these little laser sessions are so powerful. It's always amazing how much we can get done in that short time. And if you haven't joined yet, I'm going to encourage you to please join the virtual Commanding Wealth Circle. I mean, there's the TOC Money Mindset Mastery group, but I do also have a YouTube group and a YouTube channel where I have something like over 200 videos. And even if you don't have time to watch the videos, if you became a subscriber, I would so appreciate it. I really want to get this message out to the world. Okay. Hey, I want to get some feedback. How was this for you today? Yeah? Anybody have a takeaway? Like, what's something that you got out of today's session? And you can just unmute yourself.
I just had something when you said, when we keep playing that same thought over again, it's really asking for help.
Yes, it's asking to be resolved. We're always
Yeah.
trying to resolve our family programming.
Yeah,
And we'll try it over and over again, but because we have this belief system, then we accidentally recreate it. We've got a situation like I heard my daughter saying this one thing over and over. We got a little family tiff happening, and I was like going, you're not going to out victim this other person. I know you think I'm not listening, but I don't know if you hear yourself.
Yeah.
Here's what I mean, right? And so I had to remind her about how to be in a position of authority and power. And that the gift of the relationship with this other person is this person always brings up their pattern. And that's kind of like her role. And I said, that's going to keep happening till you get it healed. Well, our friends and family in the world does that for us. Okay. So, yes, we're just trying to work it out. We're trying to get this stuff resolved. That's all. So that's how that gets you out of blame. Okay. And shame and your victimhood. Okay. You've been unconsciously creating and recreating it. Okay. All right. Thank you, Sandy. That was a great question.
Hi, Kathryn. Yes, this is Shamim.
Hi, Shamim. How are you today?
I'm doing great and good to see you. You look so pretty.
Oh,
Your hair,
thank you.
all this.
Yeah, I
Okay.
got a new haircut.
Yeah, look at your necklace and everything looks good. Okay,
Thank you.
I have a question about laser coaching. How many hours
It is a
total?
20-minute session
Uh-huh.
for $40. But you
Yeah.
can book, like I'm going to, if you wanted to book the full hour, so 3 times 4, it's 120. So it's 120 for the full hour.
Okay.
Okay. But if you wanted to book, I'll send you a private message through the Facebook group, and we'll talk about that after the call. Okay.
Okay.
All right. But thank you for asking. I appreciate that.
Thank you.
All right. All right, my loves. Well, we are right at the time. So I'm going to go ahead and let you go. Until next time. Oh, God. Thank you so much. Y'all created this space. Y'all pulled all this teaching out of me. So thank you for that. I really appreciate you showing up. And so until next time, my love, this is Kathryn Perry, the Big Vision Coach. Now witness your mastery. Bye-bye, everybody.